Hey everyone, and welcome. I'm Emma, and I'm so happy to have you here today. Have you ever found yourself in a conversation, nodding along, but realizing you've completely missed what the other person said? Or maybe you've had a brilliant idea you wanted to share, but struggled to find the right words in English? We've all been there. It's totally normal, and honestly, it happens even to the most fluent speakers sometimes. So, if you've ever wished you could communicate more effectively in English, you've come to the right place. This video is all about boosting your English speaking and listening skills, giving you the confidence to express yourself clearly and understand others effortlessly. We're going to explore some practical strategies and fun exercises that you can start using right away to improve your comprehension and fluency. Whether you're preparing for an important presentation, chatting with new friends, or simply want to feel more comfortable navigating everyday conversations, this video is packed with valuable tips that can help you take your English communication to the next level. Think of it as your personal toolkit for mastering those all-important speaking and listening skills. We'll be covering everything from active listening techniques that really help you tune in to what others are saying, to pronunciation tips that will make your spoken English clearer and more natural. We'll even delve into how to structure your thoughts effectively so you can express yourself confidently in any situation. And for those of you who stick around until the end, I've got a special bonus tip on how to overcome that dreaded blank mind moment when you're trying to speak. It's a game changer, trust me. So, grab a notebook and pen, get comfortable, and let's dive into the exciting world of English communication. The sticky humidity of the Florida night clung to Amelia's skin as she flopped onto her bed, the worn paperback of Pride and Prejudice sliding from her grasp. A sigh escaped her lips. Her older brother, Leo, was blasting some indecipherable rap music from his room down the hall, and her mom was on another endless phone call with Aunt Carol. Amelia longed for the quiet serenity of Pemberley's Gardens, a world away from the chaotic reality of her teenage life. Suddenly, a flicker of movement caught her eye. Something small and brown darted across her wall, disappearing behind a framed poster of her favorite band. Amelia froze, her heart thumping a frantic rhythm against her ribs. She knew what it was. A gecko. Leo! She yelled, scrambling out of bed. Her voice, laced with a mixture of disgust and panic, easily pierced through the thin walls. Leo's music abruptly stopped. A moment later, his head poked through her doorway, his expression a mixture of annoyance and amusement. "What's the drama, Mel?" he drawled, using his irritatingly shortened version of her name. "There's a gecko in my room." Amelia pointed a trembling finger towards the poster. "A huge one. Get it out." Leo grinned, a mischievous glint in his eyes. "A gecko? Relax, Mel. It's harmless. Probably just looking for some bugs." "Harmless?" Amelia's voice rose an octave. "It's a lizard. In my room. Get it out, or I'll tell Mom you've been sneaking snacks from her secret stash." This was a tried and true tactic, and Leo's face immediately fell. Fine, he grumbled, stepping into the room. But you owe me. He scanned the wall, his eyes narrowed in concentration. Where'd it go, the little ninja? Amelia pointed to the poster again. Behind there. I saw it. Leo carefully peeled back the corner of the poster, revealing a small, brown gecko clinging to the wall. It blinked its large, golden eyes at them, seemingly unfazed by the sudden intrusion. Ah, look at him, Leo cooed, his previous disgust replaced by a strange fascination. He's kinda cute. Cute? Amelia shrieked. Get it out. Leo chuckled. Okay. He grabbed an empty yogurt container from Amelia's desk and gently coaxed the gecko into it. The gecko, surprisingly cooperative, scuttled inside. See? No big deal, Leo said, triumphantly holding up the container. Now, about those snacks. He waggled his eyebrows suggestively. Amelia rolled her eyes, relieved that the gecko was gone. Fine. One cookie. But that's it. Leo grinned. Deal. He turned to leave, then paused at the doorway. Hey, Mel? What? You know, geckos actually eat mosquitoes. Maybe you should have kept him around. He winked and disappeared down the hall, leaving Amelia to ponder his words. The silence returned, broken only by the distant hum of the air conditioner. Amelia looked around her room, suddenly feeling a bit foolish. Maybe Leo had a point. Mosquitoes were a constant annoyance in Florida, and having a gecko around might not be so bad after all. She sighed, picking up her book again. Perhaps Mr. Darcy could offer some solace after the excitement of the evening. But as she settled back onto her bed, she couldn't shake the feeling that she might just miss the little gecko and his big, golden eyes. Speaking practice. Practice speaking this sentence aloud. Paying attention to intonation and pronunciation. It's a lizard. In my room. Get it out, or I'll tell Mom you've been sneaking snacks from her secret stash. Vocabulary explanation. Drawl. To speak slowly with prolonged vowels. Example. The cowboy drawled his greeting. Howdy, partner. Coax. To persuade someone gently or patiently. Example. She coaxed the shy kitten out from under the sofa with a saucer of milk. A few days later, Amelia was sitting at the kitchen table, struggling with her English essay. The prompt was to write a descriptive paragraph about a recent experience. She chewed on the end of her pen, staring blankly at the page. Her encounter with the gecko kept popping into her mind. What's wrong, sweetie? Her mom asked, placing a plate of freshly baked cookies on the table. Leo, predictably, materialized out of nowhere and grabbed two before anyone else could. I can't think of anything to write about, Amelia grumbled. How about that gecko you found in your room the other night, her mom suggested. That seemed pretty exciting. Amelia's eyes lit up. That was actually a great idea. She could describe the gecko, her fear, Leo's teasing, the whole ordeal. She grabbed her pen and started writing, the words flowing effortlessly onto the page. Hey, I helped too, you know, Leo said, his mouth full of cookie. I'm the one who caught the little guy. Amelia smirked. Yeah, after I bribed you with the cookie. Details, details, Leo mumbled, reaching for another cookie. Later that evening, Amelia read her finished paragraph aloud to her family. She described the gecko's iridescent skin, its delicate toes clinging to the wall, and her own heart pounding like a drum. She even threw in a simile, comparing the gecko's eyes to two tiny golden coins. Wow, Mel, that's really good, Leo said, genuinely impressed. He actually seemed to be listening, which was a rare occurrence. Amelia beamed, feeling a surge of pride. She realized that her little gecko adventure had not only provided her with a good story but had also helped her improve her descriptive writing skills. And, she thought with a smile, it had even given her a chance to use some of the new vocabulary words she'd learned in English class. Speaking practice. Practice speaking this sentence aloud. Paying attention to the descriptive language. She described the gecko's iridescent skin, its delicate toes clinging to the wall, and her own heart pounding like a drum. Vocabulary explanation. Iridescent. Showing luminous colors that seem to change when seen from different angles. Example. The hummingbird's feathers had an iridescent sheen. Simile. A figure of speech involving the comparison of one thing with another thing of a different kind, used to make a description more emphatic or vivid. Example. He used the simile of a caged bird to describe his feeling of being trapped. Amelia now looked at geckos with a newfound appreciation. She learned more about their beneficial role in the ecosystem and even researched different gecko species online. Her initial fear had been replaced by curiosity and respect. She even started leaving a small dish of water outside her window, hoping to attract more of the helpful little creatures. One evening, while studying in her room, she noticed a small, brown gecko perched on her window screen. It was a different gecko, slightly larger than the first one, but with the same captivating golden eyes. Amelia smiled. It felt like a silent acknowledgement, a tiny gesture of thanks for her newfound understanding. And she knew, with a certainty that surprised even herself, that her unexpected encounter with the gecko had not only improved her English skills but had also opened her eyes to the wonders of the natural world just outside her window.